Going through a breakup is one of the toughest things a person can face. It's raw, it's painful, and it can feel like your entire world has been flipped upside down. I get it, trust me, I do. Every man out there, no matter how tough they act, knows the sting of heartbreak. It's not just a fleeting sadness, it's a deep, aching void that seems to swallow everything else. And I'm going to be real with you, breakups often hit men harder than women. Why? Because for us, there's this possessive instinct, this gut-wrenching pain at the thought of her moving on with someone else. It cuts deeper than her thinking of you with another woman. Plus, let's face it, she's got options lining up the second things end, while you're left feeling like you're starting from scratch. That's the harsh reality, and it makes the process feel like climbing a mountain with no gear. But here's the thing, you're not alone in this. I've heard from countless guys who've been through the same fire, guys whose wives walked out, whose fiancés betrayed them, whose long-term partners left them feeling worthless. One story that sticks with me is from a man who poured 7 years into a relationship, proposed, and was ready to tie the knot, only to come back from a family visit to find out she'd been unfaithful. Her family knew, and nobody said a word. That kind of betrayal doesn't just break your heart, it shatters your trust in everything. Another guy shared how his girlfriend left him because he wasn't making enough money to move her to another country. He begged her to believe in him, to give him time, but she walked away. Now he's working 2 jobs, earning 5 times what he did back then, and still, the pain lingers. These stories aren't just anecdotes, they're proof that heartbreak is universal, and they're reminders that you are not the only one fighting this battle. When you're in the thick of a breakup, your first instinct might be to chase her, to prove you're worth it, to beg for another chance. You might think, if I just show her how much I care, she'll come back. I'm going to tell you straight up, that's not going to work. It's tempting to pour your heart out, to promise you'll do anything she wants, but that kind of desperation pushes her further away. I've seen it time and time again, guys messaging me, saying their wife left them after years of devotion, and they're ready to die for her. They're crushed because she's turned cold, talking to them like they're nothing, all over one mistake after 1,000 acts of love. It's brutal to hear, and I feel for them. I really do. That kind of ungratefulness can make you question everything you've ever done. But here's the cold, hard truth, her leaving is a signal, not a sentence. It's not the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new chapter. You can't control her choices, but you can control what you do next. And the worst thing you can do is let her absence define you. Instead of chasing someone who's already checked out, you need to focus on rebuilding yourself. That's where the real power lies. Now, I know this might sound crazy, but hear me out, there's something powerful in suffering. I'm not saying you should go looking for pain, but when it comes, you've got to see it as an opportunity. Life isn't about coasting through in comfort, it's about facing challenges head-on and coming out stronger. I've been through my own trials, and I'll be honest, I've learned to embrace them. Even in the darkest moments, like being locked up, I found myself thinking, this is going to be one hell of a story. Maybe that makes me a bit nuts, but I believe life is about collecting experiences, not avoiding them. Think about it, if you were offered a year of luxury, flying around the world, living it up, or a year of struggle in a tough situation, which would make you a better man? The easy road might feel good for a minute, but it's the hard road that builds character. I genuinely believe we're not here to be happy all the time. We're here to learn, to grow, to suffer, and to overcome. That's what makes a man respected, credible, someone worth listening to. If you've never faced pain, you've got no story to tell. A life without struggle is a life without depth. Look at the most inspiring men in history, whether it's warriors, leaders, or innovators. They didn't get there by having everything handed to them. They went through hell and came out the other side. One guy commented on a video I saw, saying he turned his heartbreak into fuel. He hit the gym, grew his business, and stayed clear of alcohol and drugs because he'd been down that road before. That's the kind of mindset I'm talking about. Suffering isn't the enemy, it's the forge that shapes you, When you're heartbroken, it's like there's this heavy, restless energy inside you. You can't sleep, your mind's racing, and every thought circles back to her. It's exhausting, but it's also powerful if you know how to use it. That sadness, that anger, that frustration, it's all energy, and energy can't be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Instead of letting it eat you alive, you've got to channel it into something constructive. Imagine this, you're so torn up you can barely think straight. Most people would curl up and give in, but not you. You take that energy and hit the gym like a beast. You start lifting heavier, running faster, pushing your body to new limits. Or you throw yourself into your work, grinding harder than ever to build something unstoppable. One man shared how he turned his breakup into a career breakthrough, made more money than he ever had, with a clear path ahead, all because he refused to let heartbreak define him. Another said he's working 2 jobs now, out-earning his past self by miles, proving to himself what he's capable of. The goal isn't just to distract yourself, it's to become a better version of you. Set a target, I'm going to get a six-pack, or I'm going to double my income. By the time you hit those goals, you'll realize she's not even on your radar anymore. That's the beauty of it. The pain doesn't vanish overnight, but it fuels you until you're so far ahead, you don't care about looking back. There's something wired into us as men, we see a problem, and we want to fix it. We see a mountain, and we want to climb it. That's the masculine imperative, not just to endure, but to conquer. Heartbreak is no different. It's a mountain, and you've got to climb it. When you're lying awake at night, feeling like the world's caving in, that's your chance to tap into something primal. Use that sleepless energy to become unstoppable. I've seen guys transform their lives off the back of a breakup. One shared how he doesn't even want his ex back anymore, he just wants the memories gone. Another said it's been 3 years, and the pain still creeps in sometimes, but he's stronger for it. That's real. The scars don't disappear completely, but they make you tougher. You don't need to erase the past, you need to build a future so big it overshadows it. The biggest transformations in your life didn't come when everything was smooth sailing. Think about it, when was the last time you made a massive leap forward? Chances are, it was when you were at your lowest, heartbroken, broke, or facing some kind of loss. That's when you dug deep and did the work. When life's too comfortable, you coast. You do just enough to get by. But trauma? Trauma's a cheat code. It's rocket fuel for climbing the mountain of your potential. Here's a truth bomb, anything that makes you happy can also break you. That's just how life works. The job you love, the person you're crazy about, the lifestyle you've built, they all have the power to flip and leave you gutted. So how do you deal with that? You learn to hold things lightly. Not because you don't care, but because you trust yourself to rebuild if it all falls apart. I've heard people call it detachment, but I see it as confidence. It's knowing that no one else holds the keys to your happiness. One guy put it perfectly, it's about taking your happiness into your own hands and never handing it over to someone else. That's freedom. When you're confident you can get it all back, your peace, your success, your swagger, you stop clinging to what's slipping away. For me, happiness isn't some giddy, jumping up and down feeling. It's the absence of crushing sorrow. Scientifically, there's no such thing as cold, just a lack of heat. I think happiness is the same. If you're not grieving, not drowning in despair, you're doing all right. But society tells us we're supposed to be ecstatic all the time, and if we're not, something's wrong. That's nonsense. As men, we're built to feel the full range: anger, sadness, stress, pressure. The trick is to keep moving forward anyway. You don't wait to feel good to perform. You perform, period. Let's talk about revenge, not the petty kind, but the kind that lasts. Her revenge is instant. She's out there, moving on, living her life, while you're stuck feeling like you've been punched in the chest. It's unfair, and it burns. But your revenge? It's slower, deeper, and way more satisfying. It's about becoming such an incredible man that she realizes she made the biggest mistake of her life. Every ex I've ever had looks back and knows they messed up. They see me now, thriving, unstoppable, and they're stuck texting their new guy who can't fix their problems. That's not arrogance, it's just what happens when you refuse to let heartbreak win. You take that sadness, that sorrow, and you build something extraordinary with it. One man said his ex left because he was broke, but now he's grinding on his YouTube channel, determined to make it big. Another turned rejection into strength, carrying himself with pride and knowing she lost something special. That's the mindset. Your victory might take time, but it's coming. There will be a day when she sees what you've become and regrets walking away. And the best part? By then, you won't even care. You'll be too busy living your best life, surrounded by people who see your worth. If there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that purpose is everything. Heartbreak can strip you down, but it also gives you a chance to rebuild with intention. Find something to aim for, a goal, a dream, a version of yourself you've always wanted to be. One young guy said he's never felt so inspired to do great things, all because he refused to let his ex define his future. Another talked about hitting the gym, chasing this bread, and lifting his brothers up along the way. That's purpose in action. Purpose isn't just about you, it's about leaving a mark. It's about proving to yourself and the world that you're more than your pain. Whether it's building a career, getting shredded, or inspiring others, find what drives you and don't stop. Even when the memories creep in, even when it feels like you'll never fully let go, keep pushing. You're not just healing, you're becoming a legend. Heartbreak is a storm, but storms pass. And when they do, they leave behind a clearer view of who you are and what you're capable of. You've got the power to turn this pain into something incredible, not just for you, but for everyone who'll see your growth. The men who've been through this and come out stronger aren't just survivors, they're warriors. They're the ones who inspire others, who show what it means to rise above. So, if this resonates with you, I'm asking you to hit that subscribe button and share this video with anyone who needs to hear it. There's a brother out there hurting, doubting himself, and he needs this fire to keep going. Let's lift each other up and keep climbing. You've got this.